Nick Cannon reveals that he has been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder and acknowledges he needs help.
Oh, you just realizing that now?
So
after 9 kids?
So he went on a podcast.
7,
so he went on a podcast with Dr. Umar.
Kids?
He went on a podcast with Dr. Umar.
Yeah, I seen that shit.
You saw it?
Doctor gave it to him.
Did I tag you in it on TikTok?
No, I seen that shit with him. So
on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Umar was like, bro, you still moving around like a child.
Thank you. Like, come on. Like, grow the fuck up.
Yo.
Grow the fuck up.
I think that's so.
Grow the fuck up.
I think
because it makes sense. It makes sense. How you feel like you're supposed to give the equal amount of love when you have different houses that you gotta go to? So the first love that you gave to yours, you know, by the time you get to the 5th motherfucking house, you still gonna have that same energy? Then you gotta go to work. Then you got, don't get me wrong, the love is gonna be there. Of course it is. The love is gonna be there. You're always gonna think about him, you know? But the affection and the time,
yeah, you really
and
don't
the
got the time.
attentiveness,
Yeah, you really
and you know the compassion, is all that gonna be there?
Because I think
you're gonna minimize that shit now because you got so much. And then what about yourself?
I think he got 11 kids or something like that. He got 7 boys.
7 and 4. 4 girls.
11. So that's why when Dr. Umar said that shit, he was like, well, you got like 7 different kingdoms.
Yeah, like, yo, you gotta, like...
You gotta put your attention and focusing on each of them, you know what I'm saying? And that shit is gonna be hard to do. Especially like what you just said, like, and especially if we talking about somebody of that stature, like work. You talking about work for Nick Cannon is like 4 or 5 different TV shows, a radio show. So in his 24 hours, he might just have 4 hours out his day. And
so when you have time for these people?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, why did you, like... I want to know what's a conversation like, yo, you gonna have my baby?
Ain't no conversation. That's Nick Cannon. We fucking or not. And I'm not using the condom. Cause then in that conversation with Dr. Umar, he's like, when he's trying to rebuttal and he's talking, that's what he's basically saying. It's like, I worked myself to a place where I could do shit like this without people even telling me yes or no. Like people that's around me doing what you know what I mean? So, and I don't think he meant that. I was about to say, I don't think he meant that in a narcissistic way.
Fuck he did. Like,
I just read that Nick Cannon said that he was diagnosed with narcissistic. Like, yo, like,
be honest, come on, Lululand.
Yeah, like my therapist said, yo, we gotta do this evaluation. You know, it's been a couple months and shit. You know, we do this every time period, right? And she goes, you know, in the beginning, I forget who you see before you see I think it's a psychologist before you see a therapist. She was like, you know, he diagnosed you with bipolar disorder, right? I was like, I had to sit back and be like, damn, I am bipolar, bro. Like, I could get mad quick, and then I could really, like, ease down quick in the same fucking minute.
Yeah.
And then I read it.
Someone just like that.
I read it, and I'm like, alright, Notch. It's time to, you know what I mean? Like, when you look at yourself in the mirror,
let me tell you something.
And you really see what
a lot of niggas out there go to a psychiatrist and get diagnosed. Y'all gonna be some heartful shock of life. Because, and then some of y'all will be like, I knew you was like this. I knew it. I diagnosed you and I knew you was like this.
And that's the only reason I brought up the Nick Cannon conversation, because I knew we was going to jump in. It would fall into my shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you work on shit. You put it out there and you work on it. Literally work on it. You know what I'm saying? So for him to say that and then to sit down with Dr. Umar and then I forget the female doctor name. It was a female doctor. He did an episode with her too. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to do it, but sometimes like I think with somebody like him, stature always like plays a part in it. Like I am who I am. I'm Nick Cannon. Like I don't think I'm gonna really change that part of me. It's been working so well. You know what I'm saying? For me. So it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Now when it comes to somebody with a stature like me, it's like
you literally showing the world that you really fucking just multiple people.
Yeah, you really just don't care.
Like you don't care. Exactly, like you don't care. Because you don't care about the outcome of how someone feels. And that someone is your child. Because you said to yourself that you wanted to bring this child into this world. Okay. Then how you gonna allow this child to grow? How you gonna allow this child to manifest anything in life when you have 10 others behind you?
But that's what I'm saying. I see niggas with 1, 2 kids that be struggling.
But no,
and what I mean by struggling is like
wrong,
giving them time.
There's people that have a bunch of kids and they make it work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I see that with one and one. One parent, one mother, one father, and they had like 9 kids within them. Not fucking 11 different baby mamas.
I mean, I've seen that coin. I've seen that side of the coin too. I seen.
The fuck you think this is?
7
you
kids
in like
with 6 baby mamas.
in the Middle Eastern shit? No, we're not do like.
I've seen.
Oh, like come on. Like I said, I see the whole big kingdom in one home with the one father and one mother. I understand that. The men like I've seen it.
I see it right. Like not to put.
But I can't see you running the kingdom with different living homes.
Yeah. And then again, like we saying, the time part, like you literally probably only have 4 hours to yourself throughout the whole day. So how you going, like you shooting something in New York, and then your next shit that you gotta shoot is in Philly, right? And then the next shit you gotta shoot is in like in California. But your third kid is his birthday today, but he lives in Utah, because you bought him a crib in Utah. So now it's like, damn, I gotta miss your birthday, you know, because I'm... But remember that big ass birthday party that you got right now. Big dog pay for it, you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing that...
I don't like that in parenting.
I don't like that.
I think that time is more valuable than money in parenting. I believe that. Yeah, we need money to do, you know, the festivities and all that shit.
You know what I don't like?
But I need you around. Like,
you know what I don't like?
I ain't have pops around, so.
I don't like when a person, the only time they show any type of thankfulness, affection, or anything like that is when you buy them shit.
It's through money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people's language. Not love language, but language to like show that I'm doing something. That's a lot of people's way to do that. It's like money. Like I'm not gonna be able to be there for your birthday, but look, I bought you those J's, the clothes and everything, and I'll see you like in 2 weeks.
Nah, those things don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I had to tell one of my friends. They was like,
they don't mean nothing.
They was like, but it's only my kid's first step up. I don't need to be there.
Nah.
I need to work to get him his clothes to wear for that day, right?
I know you need to work.
So I'm like, yo, to be honest, I remember shit that my moms didn't come to when I was 7, 8 years old. And that didn't happen often. My mom's was always there. But I remember one softball game that she couldn't make it to. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same way as celebrities and shit.
I think that goes back to saying that, yo, just be mindful who you have kids with.
Oh man.
Right?
That's
because
another bag.
because if you don't have that support system, right? Hear you out.
Mm-hmm.
Hear you out. I gotta work so much, but I can't make it to your recital. I can't make it to your band concert. You know, but if you had the partner that you had, y'all wouldn't have that problem.
Mm-mm.
So that's why I say you gotta really like. People change. People change, and I witnessed it. But sometimes it's just like, yo, before you have a kid, really sit down and say to yourself, I'm having a kid with this person right here. Yo, if shit like this happen, would he or she be like, alright, cool?
That's why I think that life lesson is really, it's really good to learn early that money really isn't everything. It's a huge piece of the pie.
It's a help. Yeah, it's a help. It's a step in the system.
It really is. It helps a lot of things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis. But when it comes to like
unity,
family, friends, shit, like she says a lot of times, she throws work in there because work, you're spending half your day at work.
Yeah.
So you have to have some type of compromise at work. But time. And
I'm a person who I stay at work a lot. You know, and I stay at work because I just don't want to.
And Chun notice, like I be trying, I hit them up and be like, yo, like, we gotta not on some pushing it on y'all, but let's try to chill outside of here, cause time. It grows relationships, you know what I'm saying? So me and Chun Chun could sit here and she could say what she said. Hopefully y'all heard it in the beginning of the episode about stepping her boundaries, and she's getting into that story, and I'm lost a little bit, but when she says a certain word, it's like, oh, this is what we was talking about off camera, off mic. You know what I'm saying? So spending time with people, like, I love just, me and my mom, before you got here, she was sitting in the crib all day. I was like, come on, let's just go to the supermarket and let's talk, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Walk, you know what I'm saying?
The thing, what I was saying earlier about the boundaries things is that I'm taking accountability for my shit. I got to. I'm telling you, man.
I love bringing it back. I love doing a callback with you because I know she still got words in her for that.
Because listen. And like I said, once you really sit down and say out loud, it's me, you move different. You know what I'm saying? And not in me like in a bad way. It could be in a good way. You could be a good ass person, but it's just you because you're so good. Yeah. This person's not for you. Yeah. You know? And when I say that people, the two things is boundaries and discipline.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
People don't really use that.
Yeah.
They say it, and I said I have to take accountability and say, yo, I stepped my boundary of doing something more that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, when I could have just said no, but that's just who I am.
Yeah. What you think about Drake suing UMG?
For what?
You ain't hear the story? Oh, you be wow.
I be working.
Yeah, you definitely be off shit. You know what I'm saying?